Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 152.
152.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
2 locations. A new location is at Fun Spot in iDrive.
Near Wet and Wild.
That's right.
And PixieVacations.com.
Our official travel agency.
They just got back from Norway and Disneyland Paris, and they're heading to Disneyland. It sounds like they're going to have a little something for us for next week's show from Norway.
Can't wait.
Plus, they have an offer for bookings from December 1st to 25th, so check their website out.
Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency. They have some great deals on tickets for all the various attractions around the area, so make sure you check them out.
And now we're heading to the Magic Kingdom. We actually hadn't been there in over a month. The last time we went was the IPW event.
Right. It was great to be back at the Kingdom. Nice July day. Not too hot, actually. We started at the Plaza Restaurant, which never disappoints for us.
Right. This is one of our favorite restaurants on property, in part because it is not very expensive.
Well, in part because of those fries.
Yeah, the fries
are the best
good
fries
too.
in the Magic Kingdom, I'll tell you that. They're very much like the fries they have at Epcot at the UK pavilion, the fish and chips restaurant.
I like a little thicker fry, although a lot of times I'll substitute for mashed potatoes.
Right.
I'll substitute that.
Very slight change, though. You used to get these little cups filled with ketchup and mustard and mayonnaise, but now there is no ketchup cup. There's just a little ketchup bottle. So, we noticed these little things, but it was still...
It was a big deal. Like, everybody talked about it online. And we almost always split the brownie sundae for dessert. I don't know how anybody could ever eat a full one of this.
Well, all this time we didn't know you could substitute ice cream. So you noticed a nice birthday cake ice cream. So there you go. That's the big thing we learned. You could put any ice cream you want in your brownie sundae, and we will take advantage of that going forward, I'll tell you that. So this is new to us. This concept art of the new hub expansion here has been added. A friend of ours who works at the Magic Kingdom said it came in at the very end of June, so it's only been up there for maybe a week and a half. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was told that later on.
This is the first I've heard that.
You should read the messages on Mousesteps. You would know.
Sorry.
So anyway, you could see that they have all kinds of changes going on. You have these new turrets, which I believe are going to be control panels and lighting panels and all that. So I think it'll fit in nicely, better than the sort of the old popcorn things that kind of rose into the air.
Well, I'm really glad that, especially for events like the castle lighting and for the Halloween and Christmas shows, there's going to be so much more room for guests to actually see the stage.
Absolutely. I welcome that. And now we'll be seeing some more changes, big changes going on. One of your favorite places, your former favorite places, it's the Rose Garden. There is what the Rose Garden looks currently. I have to say I do like the fact that there are some big trees going in there, so it'll be more like a little forest.
You know what would be
rather
nice?
than a garden.
You know what would be nice?
Roses?
Roses. And
I knew you were going to say that.
I discovered last year how nice perimeter fireworks could be taken because it was like a bowl effect. And now we won't have that, so I'll just miss kind of the walkway.
Right, I think that's the big difference. There will not be a little walkway, a little escape, if you will, from the crowded streets of the Magic Kingdom. So that is the thing that will be missed the most, in my opinion.
Well, I guess we'll have to find a different place to escape to.
Now, what do you think this is? There's some kind of, it looks like
a fireplace.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some brick oven pizzas to go with the popcorn. But
it looks like in that one building, there's a couple of them always reminded me of a bus stop. Like, it looked like you were waiting for the bus.
Well, it's reminiscent of the old swan boat landing roof that used to be down here by the water, which left a couple years ago. So,
and I never rode the swan boat, so I don't know why I didn't.
Because it was seasonal.
Infrequent.
Very infrequent is right. So, but now we're looking at the hub. Now the hub has finished. The center hub is completed. What was kind of cut in half, and you had Walt in a box for a while. Walt is out of his box, fully out.
And Mickey, too. It's not like only Walt was in the box. It was Walt and Mickey in the box.
All that is out and about. So Walt looks great. Everything looks good. And this is sort of a little tribute to sculptor Blaine Gibson, who just passed away a few days ago. And this is one of his most famous works for Disney, the partner statue. Although he did most of the presidents, I believe, in the Hall of Presidents.
Probably was his most famous.
Yeah.
Probably his single most famous.
So nice little tribute to Blaine Gibson there. But it looks great. It's coming along very well. We're looking down Main Street now, and it's starting to become ominous So what do
Our
we do?
weather,
It's,
our weather has been so crazy lately.
it has. We decided it was time for me to get a haircut. Haircut time at the barber shop, and the barber shop has changed. They have added some more items,
More display
more
items.
displays, and you have those little shavers there. Although you can, I don't think you can get a beard shave there.
I
I've
have
never
no
seen
idea.
anyone doing
You
that.
don't have a beard, so.
And you know what? I forgot to ask Michael. We forgot to ask him if he knew about the Harambe, the little tribute there that we talked about
Barber
a couple
Michael.
weeks ago. Yeah, so
Well, we'll
next
have to do it
haircut,
next
we'll
time.
have to remind him of. There is Barber
Well,
Michael.
I'm going in a few weeks, so for my own haircut. And there is, we have George Washington, and that looks like Grover Cleveland. And I guess they had a different president.
And nobody
like
knew.
McKinley.
Nobody knew who it was.
And so they have little odds and ends added to the barbershop. I was surprised when they did the barbershop. It went down for a couple months, but not a lot changed. I was hoping they'd expand
There's
it.
a hidden Denise there, and that video was
I
shot by you with
I
the
looked
phone.
terrible
so.
there. Oh my gosh.
So now we're going over to the Polynesian, which the outside entrance at the Polynesian from the parking lot, the resort itself looks beautiful now.
does.
They've really done a great job. I know there's no waterfall inside, but this kind of reminds me of
How
it.
did I
It's
miss-
very soothing. I don't think it's been fully done. The
How
rock,
did I
the
miss
spinning rock.
I missed the spinning rock.
Well, the
How did I
spinning
miss that?
rock has been there forever and a day.
I don't remember it. I don't ever remember
It
it.
is a holdover from the classic, the original. So it's,
And those plants over there, they used to have them inside a lot. Now I don't remember them as much outside as inside.
right, very very much a reminds me. And look, there's another hidden.
Oh, there I
lots
am.
of hidden Denises. You
Well,
love
Lisa-
to make appearances there.
I don't try.
Now this is completely different than before, and again, it really sets the mood as you walk into the Polynesian.
And we're about to look at a display. It's like a historic display of Disney's Polynesian Resort. And I think I really enjoy this. It showed up probably in the past month or so. This used to be the Wyland Gallery's window.
Right. And it was always sort of a window, although years ago it was part of a store that was there. I mean, we're talking in the 70s, early 80s. But this is great. It's sort of like a history of the Disney's Polynesian Village. And you can see the old checkerboard green flooring there from the old lobby. So it's very nostalgic.
And you
to
have
look at
photos
this.
probably of that,
Oh,
you know,
I have
from
full
back then.
photos. And I've given many of them to the Tiki Man, which he has on his website. So anybody that's a fan of the Polynesian, old school Polynesian, you can check out the Tiki Man site. And of course, you have Annette there. Annette can be found in a number of places,
Including
at
the
Poly-
bathroom
That's
and the
right.
bungalows.
That's right. And of course, you have is that Mickey? I think that's Minnie. That's Minnie.
That's Minnie because she has the eyelashes. I don't know why Mickey's not here, but you have the Huey, Dewey, and Louie as well.
And they are from the former Trader Jack's upstairs that was now replaced by Mona Mercantile. Oh, look, it's a bob-around boat. I have been on a bob-around boat, and we will tell a little story about that at the end of this display.
And there's Walt and Lillian. I have never been on a bob around, although I must have seen them. Now, this is Auntie. I don't remember her first name, or I'm not sure I can pronounce it, but she has been here for like 40, well,
Opening.
the entire opening,
She's
right?
opening
So
the
is that
cast
40,
member.
44 years now?
That's amazing.
It is. And she's so young there, and she's so young. I mean, she's just wonderful to see anytime we're at the resort.
I always enjoy seeing her, and she's great to interact
Mm-hmm.
with. And I believe this is longtime Imagineer Adolfo Procopio. He worked for Imagineering as a sculptor for over 35 years, doing many of the classic sculpts that we know. And I think he was working on the Tangaroa Terrace, the tikis there, from what I could see. Oh, and here's more. Here is, I think it's one of the Huey, Dewey,
Yes,
and Louie.
there's all of them are here, and I was going to say we both ate at the Tangaroa Terrace many times.
Yeah.
That was a family favorite. But again, these are from the Trader Jack's. These sculpts were.
And I know the Trader Jack's also had a Mickey, an animated Mickey figure, so hopefully he'll make a return appearance at some point. But now we're going to talk about the bob-around boats. Bob-around boats, they were very short-lived. We fit our whole family, a family of 5, onto the bob-around boats. There is the kids. There's myself, my brother Joel, my sister Amy, and my mother and father. We all got in there and drove it. And they were not reliable, and that's probably one of the reasons that they did away with them, because I'll never forget we were on the Seven Seas Lagoon, and I remember the engine would just die out, and my father would have to restart it, and one time it died out right when the big giant ferry boat was coming at us. And that, when you're a little kid, that is very scary to see one of these giant boats coming at you. So somehow my father got it started and we got away. But then when it goes by, all the waves happen and everything. So if you'd ever talk to my family, they will all remember that very very well.
And it was the only time you rode it, right?
We rode it that one time only, and then the next year they didn't have them anymore. But we have lots of pictures of them, so it was. I'm glad we got to do that.
And the Polynesian Resort also has had new tiki mugs. They're a few weeks old or so now. I guess they had been out for a while. At least we were told a friend had gone and they were gone. So they're about $20 each.
And I like them. I think they're very nice. It's just we've collected all the Trader Sam's mugs. And as a matter of fact, we've got a few more. We just stopped at Trader Sam's since we were at the Polynesian. So I do like them. We'll probably end up getting them, but I don't plan to get multiple of each if I can help it. So anyway, I like this view of the Polynesian, the way that you took the photo. It's reminiscent of the classic Poly. So anyway, very nice. I can't wait to get back and enjoy some Polynesian Village goodness.
And now we're jumping over to Downtown Disney, or as it will be called, Disney Springs. We actually were here twice this past week.
Right, and we're showing in just 2 days the changes that can happen to the poor Adventurers Club exterior there. Future home. What is the future home?
It's going to be called the Edison. And if you look online, well, at least I didn't really understand what it was. I know it's a restaurant and it's sort of like a bar and it has drinks and probably music and dancing, but it was a little confusing to me what the whole vibe is.
Right. Well, I'm sure we'll find out much more in the coming months ahead. Looks like they're keeping the skeleton of the Adventurers Club, at least for now. Normally, you would think they would have knocked all that stuff down, so they're just sort of taking off the covering. Who knows what's going to happen? But maybe
let's look at the artwork.
Maybe there'll be some. Well, there's the artwork
Yeah,
right there, hidden by those trees and people. So that's very unhelpful. Anyway, another nostalgic thing is there's a little bit of Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival going on over there at Disney Springs, the future Disney Springs.
Right. I like that occasionally they'll bring topiaries over here, especially from the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. So it was nice to see Lady and the Tramp somewhere other than Italy.
Well, yes. As I was just going to say, every year you always say you'd love to see these guys moved around. So they sure did. They went for a little walk. They should go for a walk. Good exercise. That's why we were there, actually, to get a little exercise.
And there I am.
Is another cameo?
Yes.
I didn't even see that.
And Jeff will be like, "You're in the video," and I'm like, all right.
Well, the reason that we were there, as I just said, was for exercise, but also we wanted to go and check out the Tea Traders Cafe by Joffrey's. Boy, do we have a great time there.
We did. We were actually there a couple hours at least the first time we visited.
Well, we lucked out. We had COO helping us
the head roast master. I believe his name was Chris DeMezzo. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I think. But he was super nice, and he is so into the tea.
Yeah, that's his job. He creates all these concoctions.
But it's like, I mean, he's just very good at what he does. And but they also have all these little. Do you see 99 cents? Like
that is not a typo.
When
there
do you
is
see
not a
treats
1
for 99
or a
cents?
2 in front of that. That is accurate, an accurate price. And they're very good. They're little tastes. When you're trying all these different teas, you don't want a big, heavy pastry necessarily to go with it. So I like these small bites.
Right. And, they have, it's from I believe it's called the Bake Houses who brings it in. They actually follow us on Instagram. And they'll be bringing in macarons this week and some other little treats.
Well, the real reason you're there, though, is for the tea. Let's talk about the tea. We've tried almost all the different varieties of tea.
We had bought the red raspberry, and then all of a sudden we were trying the frozen matcha, which we then bought yesterday.
Yeah. Well, he warned us that we'd be back for that.
Yes,
and we right
within 24 hours or so we were probably back for it. And the masala chai tea latte, I believe, is one of them, and that was very good. And you can smell the different teas before you have them, and one of them is like a
root beer.
Herbal,
there's the root beer one too.
Right, and that's a herbal, but it tastes just like, and I'm not a big root beer fan, but I guess because the bubbles aren't in it, I actually like it a lot better as a tea.
Right. We've learned quite a bit about tea. We've done a lot of the tea tours at Epcot, but I think I learned more sitting there this day than, there, you made another appearance. You keep making appearances.
I don't want to see that. But it's almost like going to a bar, but I'm not really a big drinker, so, but I do love tea, so it's, you kind of talk to them. And
I like that one dessert that kind of looks like a tea bag. That's pretty cool.
I like that too. And these are all, like that's a matcha cookie. This is a chai brownie. So we tried a whole bunch of different treats that are
tea related.
Tea,
Everything
right.
is tea related.
Yes. And there's several chai items, and I like chai, so anytime I can get that.
And what was the iced tea there?
That's a red raspberry.
And it was very good.
It was really good. But I could have had the peach, but we have peach at home. There is the matcha.
Oh, it is phenomenal.
And I don't even know what matcha is totally, so I know it's something that's very popular in Japan, and they have to sweeten it a little here because I guess for the American palate.
We bought the one to share, and I'll be very honest with you. I kind of wish we each had our own. It was so
It's
good.
really good.
That was the second day. We didn't do this all in one day. We came back and had a second helping.
Of course. And, they will blend things right in front of you.
Yeah, those
also.
are the little blenders. They can do them very quick, or they can take a long time, but he's able to just blend you one of the herbal teas really fast.
Well, he won't usually be here. He does. Now, I didn't realize how long Joffrey's has been with Disney, like 20 years or something, a very long time. And unlike Starbucks, which mostly has just kind of their stores, now Joffrey's is inside the rooms. They have places all over property. And, Disney has been using Joffrey's, again, for very long.
You know what you won't find in tea traders? Coffee.
No coffee.
No
here.
coffee. But they have lemonade. Frozen lemonade. How do you like that?
You know what? I didn't even notice that.
And they also have liquor drinks too, where they add various type of liquors to they're called spirited beverages.
Right, and
we did not try that.
We didn't end up trying that, but I'm not anti it. But I kind of just like my tea.
That's it right there. Once you try this frozen matcha, that you will want it. He was right. I mean, I can't wait. It's better than a Shamrock Shake.
I'm not.
It
really
looks like
into
a Shamrock Shake.
I'm not really into this Shamrock Shake.
It tastes nothing like that, by the way.
No.
So
and there's all kinds of alcohol for the tea.
But anyway, I would give it a 2 thumbs up for us. I can't wait to go back. I'm sure we will be back.
It would be easy to miss it. It's right across. It's right around the corner from Vivoli. Gelateria. Do you see how
right from across from the boathouse? Can't miss it.
Right,
really.
like the tea. Well, the tea trader's sign is kind of the same coloring as the wall, so it could be easy. It could certainly be easy to miss, but don't miss it because we really enjoyed it.
So now we're going to jump all the way to California to Disneyland, continuing the 60th anniversary celebration. We had our correspondent out there get some footage for us. We're going to start. Let's see if you can guess what this is you're looking at right now.
I already know because you told me ahead of time, but it's the Cinderella Enchanted Windows.
And these are awesome. About every month they introduce a new one. This is the second one. Peter Pan would be the first one, and this is pretty awesome.
I really like it, and here is Cinderella being the fairy godmother is throwing. Does she do pixie dust too?
Yeah.
Would you say pixie dust?
That is pixie dust. Unfortunately, the angle that this was shot, you can sort of see the other Cinderella in the background. But I tried to get a center photo that our guy took to sort of show you what it looks like if you're looking dead center at the window.
They're all, they're all like magical windows. And again, they closed off all the windows, and then there'll be another one probably this month.
But look at how awesome this is. I mean, these are fantastic. I wish we had something like that here to enjoy.
Well, during Christmas we have the
that's true.
This what is it? I was gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's
Twas the night.
That's
before
it. Twas
Christmas.
the night before. It's pretty close.
This is the new Peter Pan with the
Peter Pan attraction,
correct.
not the window.
This is the attraction
because they do have the windows also.
And they've added some pixie dust, so to speak. Literally, they've added pixie dust to the attraction. This area that you're about to see, London, our friend says is much brighter, much brighter. You could see it much better. I've done no enhancement, and this was just shot with his little tiny camera. It's not even a video camera, so he just did this for me at the last minute.
That's pretty incredible.
It was a very long wait. It was over an hour wait. But he knew
Peter
it was
Pan
new.
always has an hour wait.
Well, that's true. But it was a slow day, but still. And you can see, I mean, all the different enhancements here. There's normally fiber optics. The Disneyland Peter Pan is very much like the Peter Pan that we just saw at Disneyland Paris last year. So that was the last time you were on a similar Peter Pan.
This is the first time I've actually seen this footage. Like, I haven't seen it until now.
So you'll notice some changes, some upgrades. I think they've brightened everything. It looks a lot better. When we're out there next month, we'll get video with our good camera, better
But this
camera.
it's not bad for being,
It's a pocket camera, like
right.
a little pocket camera. So he did a great job, and it really gives you just a taste of what this looks like.
And there's Peter Pan and Captain Hook. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in about a month.
lots of changes, lots of additions. Disneyland never really slows down in their goodness, do they?
No, I mean, they had the Matterhorn. And what else changed? I mean, the Haunted Mansion had the Hatbox Ghost.
Right.
So
and
lots.
Let's not forget our favorite, Alice.
And Alice, yes.
Big changes with Alice.
And Big Thunder Mountain had gone the
so many enhancements. They don't have to do these things, but they do just to keep things current. So we love that. Now we're going to move on. This is something incredibly awesome that we did, and it came up at the last minute. Why don't you tell us about this?
Well, we had gotten a text message. It was like, "Oh, can you come to Crystal River this weekend?" And so we did. We were going to swim with manatees, right?
Yeah. You don't turn down swimming with manatees, do you?
No, and we stayed overnight at the Plantation on Crystal River. I can't talk a lot about the resort itself because we were only in the room.
It was really a whirlwind.
Very fast trip. But all of a sudden we were in wetsuits and we were diving in. Well, I won't say diving. You're not allowed to dive. Walking into the water to swim with manatee.
Climbing into the water. And there is a manatee right now. And look at how close we all are right next to it. This was amazing. I've done the swim with a dolphin at Discovery Cove, and this was by far a better experience, an awesome experience for me.
Well, this is actually out in the wild, and this is one of the only places, if not the only place, that manatees will come year round. They'll be here all year round. During winter, which is like November through March, there'll be about 600 to 800 of them. But right now it's about 35 to 40, but we saw so many of them. There is a baby, and there are so many rules, including you can't get between the baby and the mother. You can't kick.
You can't touch them. If they come to you and want to touch you or get close to you.
An open hand.
Right, that is okay. But we were very, very, very careful to respect the manatee. I mean, you do not want to disturb them while they're doing their thing. So.
Right. I never touched one. I looked in the water with my goggles, and it was just amazing. And it's like 72-degree water year round, so it's warm for them, but I mean it's a little cooler for us. And the wetsuits actually keep you buoyant, also, so you're not ending up on the floor of the the river or the springs.
And here's our manatee eating there. And I was being very, very still, just kind of trying to keep out of the way. And the manatee surfaced right into me, pushing me out of the water, which was really awesome. But, it's amazing. I had no idea this was available to the public. I've lived here in Florida for a long time, visited a long time. I didn't know that this is something that existed.
Well, this is only 2 hours from Orlando, which is where most of our viewers are coming from. But many of you guys are international and coming here for a couple of weeks. And this is really a very cool experience. The area just feels so much further. Like it feels like it's a world away.
World away, absolutely. It's right off the Gulf of Mexico, actually.
Right.
So when is the best time to see manatee?
Well, you see more of them in the winter from November to March. But even if you are coming now, the best time is from Monday through Friday, not a holiday weekend, and early in the morning is when they're out more. So there's actually times when we were out, there was quite a few boaters.
Right, and there's me with the manatee. I think it's nice to come now because it's not crowded, it's very relaxed, and you still get that one-on-one time with the manatee. I thought it was awesome, and Plantation is where we went out from.
Right, that's where we stayed, and they have their own dive shop, so everything's very, very...
It's all right there.
It's right there,
free parking.
within a few minutes walk. Everything's within a few minutes walk of each other.
So after the manatee experience, we went over to this Monkey Island. Why don't you tell us about Monkey Island?
Well, this is in the Homosassa River.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe a 20-minute drive from where we were at Plantation on Crystal River. And there are these 5 monkeys. And there's been monkeys on this little island for many, many years now. And this is owned by the Homosassa Riverside Resort. And you can't visit with them. They're not friendly monkeys.
Yeah, you cannot get off the boat. We were lucky to have chartered a little boat here to take us around the island to see these monkeys. Otherwise, if you dine at the restaurant, you can look out the window and see the monkeys.
Right. We dined at the Riverside Crab House, which we had a good view upstairs, a window view of the monkeys. But having the boat, they do charter boats out of here, but they usually do other things like look at manatees and look at dolphins. And so you go past this little island, but we went around the island like 10 times to see the monkeys.
Well, to get footage also of the monkeys.
Right.
But you would not want to go on the island because the monkeys would not appreciate you invading their territory.
I wouldn't go close to them. They're cute and they're really fun to look at. And but yeah, when we heard of Monkey Island, it sounds like someplace you go. But they do get fed, probably a couple times a day. They're cared for, but they aren't like human play. There's no human interaction with them, like, with a little bit with the manatees.
I thought it was really nice, though, and it's especially while you're dining, you just look out and you enjoy watching the monkeys run around. I enjoyed it very much. I did not expect something like this to be where we were.
And they have names. There's Ralph, Sassy, Eve, Emily, and Ebony. Those are the names of the monkeys. And there's actually a whole big backstory, and it would take me so long to say it, so you can just look it up online.
So here's where we dine. Let's talk about the food. Those are alligator bites. I have to say, the best alligator I have ever had. We've had a lot of that lately. That's calamari. You don't like calamari, but you like the alligator bites.
I haven't had a lot. I've had 2 now in my life, and that was all in the past month. And these were better than what we had before, definitely.
And that was a giant shrimp plate that our host had.
And it is served in a garbage can lid.
It is clean. It is. Yeah. It's not from the actual garbage, but it's the size that matters there. And you had the steak there, and I had a seafood platter. That's the hush puppies that you're about to see. And coming up, you'll see all the various types of seafood I had, including scallops. We were going to go scalloping the following day, but we got rained out, so we'll talk about that another time.
Thanks to Candace and Visit Citrus, as well as the Plantation on Crystal River, who hosted us.
Yes, we had a wonderful time, and as you could see, there was a little bit of monkeying around as well. But anyway, guess what?
That's another show.
That is another show. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. And our sponsors, PixieVacations.com.
They have been all over the world recently, and we should have footage from their adventures soon. Check them out.
Right. Norway, Disneyland, Paris, all that good stuff. Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency. They have tickets for all kinds of good things in the area. And Theme Park Connection, our original sponsor. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Happy 4th of July, belated 4th of July, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.